What's up everybody, this is Hex, welcome to the channel. In this video we'll take a look at a build for your character that will feel very strong, and it's also somewhat flexible. There are so many perks in this game, it will take forever to go over every single one, so instead I'll focus on the most important ones that you should be going after. I want to help you build a character that is great at fighting and at the same time having a huge party size. Sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Now for cultures, I would say the top two picks are the Botanians and the Empire. Botanians are good because they have bonus in forests for their speed, so you can run away from parties through the forest, or you can chase somebody into a forest to catch them up. Also, +1 militia productions is really good. It's very good for defending your towns because militia is free, no food, no wages. That's that. Empire though is my personal pick because first of all, like around 1/3 of the whole map is Empire towns and castles. So it's very easy to control the thieves once you conquer them because you don't have the loyalty penalty. And the other thing is the 20% less garrison troop wage. This adds up a lot later when you have a lot of thieves. Alright, so let's start with the initial attributes and focus points. Now, we need to disregard intelligence completely. We're focusing on getting endurance and social. We're gonna go with urban merchants here. Your way with people, another social attribute. Let's see. We go another social here. I always go road with the scouts because it spawns you with a bow, and it's really neat for the beginning. We'll go with this one here. It gives us endurance and one in roguery, which we need. This one will pick rode off on a fast horse. So that's it. We got 5 endurance, 5 social, and we're in the character screen right as you start the game. So your first focus point, you can put in any weapon you want. In this case, I'm going to be using bows, so I'm going to put another in the bows. We got learning limit for athletics. We got a learning limit for riding, for bow, so we can start leveling right away. So now before we continue, let's talk a little bit of how experience is gained. So for the newer players, there is 2 types of experience. There's the skill experience, like for example shooting the bow will give you bow experience. You'll be leveling your bow skill, right? For riding, same thing. When you ride a horse and attack from the horse, you'll be getting riding experience. When you're on foot, you'll be getting athletic experience. When you're doing quests and other stuff, you get charm experience and so on. All of that experience put together contributes to your main level. So let's talk a little bit about the learning limit. So every skill has certain learning limit. It is the attribute plus the focus points that will increase the learning limit. So for every level you gain, you'll be getting a focus point. And every 4 levels, you'll be getting an attribute point. So attribute points are a lot rarer than skill focus points. So that's why it's very important to put attributes where you will be leveling all of the skills in that 3. Like for example, endurance and social. Now the maximum is 10, right? So every skill in this 3, when you have 10 and 5 focus points, will be able to be maxed out at around 330. So that's why I said we should focus on endurance and social, because riding, athletics, and smithing are very, very important skills. Like athletics being, in my opinion, the best skill. We'll go over some of the perks a little bit later, But for now, let's switch to the final build. so you can guys see what are we going for. All right, we're in the final build. So before we start going over the skills we got, let's talk about disregarding the intelligence. We did this so we can focus and get stronger in other aspects while giving these roles to our companions. Now, this is the brother as a companion. He starts with a lot of skills, so he'll, even if you don't put any focus points for him, he already has the skills. So you can set him up for whatever you want, but in our case here, he's our quartermaster. We put 10 in intelligence for him and maximum focus points, and he's maxed out, giving us 82 party size. We also use him as our foot soldier captain, and as you can see, he has the ability to provide all the perks needed for that role. He just excels at being a captain more than any other companion, really. Or just a wanderer companions will be a lot harder to train them to be that. So that's what we use him for. As for the medical skill, we're just using the surgeon. His sole role is to do that. So that's it. That's how we cover our intelligence. Now going back to the main character. Alright, let's start with the fighting skills. I chose one-handed and two-handed and bow. But that's where when I said it, the build is somewhat flexible. This is what I meant. Like, you don't have to use one-handed and two-handed. You can use like two-handed and polearm, one-handed and polearm. You can use crossbow instead of bow. Or if you fancy throwing weapons, it's all good. But I personally believe that two-handed and one-handed provide the better perks for our character. And I believe bow is the best to use as a ranged weapon, because crossbow is too slow and throwing weapons is very limited on the amount of ammunition you have. Also, I use my character as a mounted archer captain, so bow of course helps for that. Now I want to highlight some of the skills in the endurance attribute. So athletics is super OP, guys. Just look at the final skill. Each skill point above 250 grants you +1 hit point. That is huge. We can see our hit points here. We're getting 76 from that skill. That's almost double our hit points just from that one skill. Also, it increases our running speed by 32%. And also in athletics, we can get that perk, which decreases the armor weight by 15%. So you can like run fast even with the heaviest of armors. It feels so OP. It's a must skill to max out athletics. And smithing are the two skills that have perks that increase your attributes. In both athletics and smithing, you can get 2 each, so total 4 free attributes. In athletics, you can get the endurance, and then you can get vigor or control, and then so those two with the option of control and vigor here. And for smithing, you get the vigorous smith, you get 1 vigor or control, and then you have the enduring smith, which gives you 1 endurance. So just from those two you can get 4 free attributes. This is very OP. Those perks are S tier, which means that you only need to spend 8 in endurance to actually max it out because of the free ones. And then you can use the other two depending on like what you prefer as fighting skills. Now for social, we went 9 in social because it's enough to get our leadership to over 300, which is another boost to our garrison size of 61. And also we're constantly really high morale because we get 30 morale just from that skill. Now trading is good if you are into that. If you have the patience to get it to 300, you can trade whole settlements. That's very OP. As you can see, like I have like 7 million. I can easily buy settlements once I get it there. Just lazy to do it. From trade though, the one I want to highlight is I think 125. Yeah, that one. So as it reads, every profitable workshop you own gives you +1 renown a day, or you can pick this one, which is the same but for caravans. So like when you're trying to like get renown for your clan level, clan tier, this skill helps so much. Now charm is the skill that helps you persuade people, right? The most important thing about charm is that you can more easily recruit lords to your faction. So now, as you can see, I've recruited a bunch of high tier clans from other factions, and it's very easy when you have high persuasion skill. So one of the things you gotta grab for sure. By the way, I don't want to go through all the skills, right? You can just pause the video and just check them out on your own. But it's the 75 one. That's 10% chance, better chance for double persuasion. This makes the game so easy. Like also from athletics again, we got the again 75 skill having going. It says slightly increases your persuasion chance, but it's actually increases it a lot. So the last one I want to show here is natural leader. Characters in other faction requires -1 persuasion success. So what that means is that instead of, you know, having to do 4 successes to recruit a lord, you only need to do 3. And then a lot of the times you just do double success because of that skill. So it makes it like super easy. Roguery. The only thing we're really interested here is this one, the 75 skill. In best light, it allows your villages of your clan to recover 20% faster. Like when you have all-out wars everywhere, like small parties will always try to raid your villages. It's so annoying because it you know, slows down the prosperity of your town. So this really helps a lot. All right, I want to go back to some of the perks on the fighting skills. So for one-handed, shield bearer reduces the effect of wielding a shield on your combat movement speed, and fleet of foot increases another 5% of your combat speed. For two-handed, we got the 30% more damage against shields from wood chopper. It also pairs with shield breaker, another 40% of, so total of 70% more against shields. And then thick heights is super OP. It gives 5 hit points to you and 5 hit points to every single troop in your whole party. And then vandal, your attacks ignore 25% of enemies' armor, and that is with any weapon you use. For the bow, dead aim, absolute must skill. It increases the damage of your headshots. That makes it, if you're using like good arrows, that will be like 1 shot, 1 kill every time you do a headshot. Now, the other one I wanted to mention is this one, Skirmish Phase Master. This reduces the damage you take from projectiles, and when you pair that with heavy armor, like you're really hard to get down with arrows. Alright, so this build is designed to make you both great commander and a great warrior. As you can see, my party is 500 men, so let's quickly show how to get that. First up is the steward skill. We're getting 82 from it. Let me zoom in on for all the perks so you can see them. Then we got on our main character leadership, another 62 here, and a whooping 30 to morale for an efficient army. From the policies, make sure you get Royal Guard for 60 and Noble Retinues for another 40 to party size. Alright, before we move to the warrior skills, let's put on the screen the perk selection for scouting, trading, charm, and crafting. Those 2 weapons I was able to craft and they're pretty OP. Moving on to the fighting skills, we're really fast on foot. And even though we put only 2 in control, with just 5 focus points on bow, we're able to dish out tremendous damage ranged. We're able to kill with 1 headshot almost everything in the game. And here we're gonna demonstrate our melee skills. Again, without the high athletics, we will not be able to kite enemies like that. So it's very, very important if you want to be a good fighter. When it comes to mounted combat, we're just as good. Absolutely no problem with the bow on horseback. We're pretty good with mounted melee as well. If you made it here, thank you very much. Shout out to Ayache for editing the video. We're trying to get 1000 subscribers, so please help us by subscribing and liking the video. It will be much appreciated. Also, if you have comments or questions, post in the comment section so we can have a discussion. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Hex out.